We have with us Mr. Sanjay Budia, Chairman of CII Trade Policy Council. A very good afternoon to you, sir. How do you look at budget 2026 and 2027, especially for Indian exports? Do they make Indian exports more competitive?
See, this budget I can summarize in three words, 3C: comfort, continuity, and confidence. So the world is looking at India. There are trade tensions, there are tariff wars, and global headwinds. But on the other hand, there is, you know, exactly the time for India. They say, the world is looking at India. India is the flavor. The recent signing of India-EU trade deal is a pointer towards that. Earlier, we have signed agreements with many countries. So India very much is on the high table, and the recent announcement itself pushes us to do manufacturing at the fastest speed. So the announcement in the budget, particularly related to SEZ, that you can have some sales in DT areas also, is a long pending demand of the industry which has been made. Also, if you see the confidence, like the Honorable Finance Minister has talked about confidence in the exporters, in the importers, that you can self-certify yourself as the AEO, that is Authorized Economic Operators. So that gives you, the cushion of time for importers or exporters. The time is of essence, and here the Finance Minister has really realized that, you can put trust. 99% people are honest. So why for 1% black sheep the entire trade and industry should suffer? So I sincerely like to thank that, though they may look small things, but they ultimately may make up the big chain. So this is something, and also to put a reliance in terms of simplification, decriminalization has been, minimized to the extent possible. So these are something where we could say, where the mind is without fear. So you have to work fearlessly, you have to work, peacefully, and you have to work gainfully and productively. So I'm very, very sure that definitely when we'll see that even the trade tariffs will be ultimately reduced, because both countries need each other. India and US have not only B2B, business to business, but P2P relationship. That's people to people. I think each family has a friend or a relative who is in US now. And we don't consider these are two different nations. Either doctors are there, in AI, CEOs, Indian CEOs. I was surprised at how many companies have Indian CEOs there. And they are integrated into the whole system. They may be Indian of origin or by Indian, but they are part of America. So it's just a question of time. And once that happens, that will further supplement and complement the global opportunities what India has, and will definitely be on the high table and on a long term. So we are in a long haul, and I'm sure that with the right push given at the right time, India will gain up, and we should fast track, and we have to run fast.
Sir, and as far as the protectionism, policies are increasing across the world, especially in the West. So how are Indian consumers and exporters protected?
See, protectionism on the one hand is increasing, but also they are realizing that, it's a global value chain. Ultimately, you have to be integrated. You cannot be isolated. The whole word is that this is the time for integration, not for isolation. So everybody needs each other. Sometimes you will see in an export order, when we have the call, there are 8 people who are sitting in different countries. But because of the Zoom and because of the video conferencing, you don't realize that how everybody is interconnected. So I think the long term is that we have to be a global village, and that is what the world would be ultimately coming to.
Sir, and you're the chairman of trade policy in CII. Were there any recommendations sent from CII to the government, and are those recommendations met?
One of the requests or recommendations, which is still, on our wish list, that during these difficult times, particularly when the trade issue is not yet resolved, the interest rates on exports, which is little higher than the other competing countries, there used to be 5% interest subvention across all, medium, small or large, but it has been now reduced to 2.75%, and also there is a cap of 50 lakhs only for, this is applicable only for small and medium industries. Large industries are not entitled for 5% interest subvention. I would like to say that pain is same for large, small or medium. For a large unit, the pain is larger. So government should really take a liberal and a lenient view, and for the interim period, that interest subvention scheme should be re-announced.
So these are some of the changes that you would like to expect in the next budget. But what are the 5 key takeaways that you want to point out this time around, sir?
The 5 key takeaways, I think I mentioned that: continuity, comfort and confidence, and putting reliance and reliability on yourself, on the country and the citizens.
Sir, as far as 2047 Viksit Bharat goal is concerned, where is India right now?
I think we are very much on the track. We are very much on the track, and these are the steps which will ultimately take us there.
For next year's budget, what are your recommendations, sir, apart from the ones that you mentioned just now?
I think budget is not one day event. It's not an event. Basically, it's a continuing story of India unfolding. It's a continuous story where we need to maintain the speed, we need to maintain the momentum. That is what I think all the budgets will supplement and see what are the loose ends and where we have to tighten the plug.
Any trade policy changes that you would like to suggest for the central government?
One of the major, request or recommendation again is the involvement of state governments in the central policy, particularly on the exports, because sometimes there is a feeling that export is a central subject, and the state governments also need to be actively involved and participative. Like ultimately, production is in the workplace, right? So it's more than the state, the district. So where your factory is, where your plant is. So that is where ultimately you have to be integrated. It cannot be a policy at the center and action at the state. They both need to supplement and complement. 1 plus 1 is 11.
So the economic survey had pointed out that India's growth rate would be upward of 7%. So where are we right now?
I'm very, very sure that from 6.8 to 7.2% we will definitely achieve it. The announcement of the GST figures just today, I think 1,93,000, which is up by 6.2%, itself signifies that we are on the right trajectory.